everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Assassin's Pistol, or as I like to call it, the A-10 Warthog. So this is a really awesome gun by Action Army. It's only $100, based off a Ruger Mark 22. Really awesome design, uses Glock mags. I haven't been able to find the exact Glock mags that I wanted. Let me just say, this is one of my favorite guns, just from the get-go. Not sent to me, purchased. It was only $100. I couldn't really say no. Just an awesome gun, really nice teardown style, full auto. It just such an awesome gun. Really like the Glock mags. I have a Glock 19X by Umarex VFC that uses the same mag. I've had that 19X for probably 5 years now. So the mag was going bad, but since this is the same mag, I was able to use that on that too. So that's a really nice aspect of this gun. Surprisingly ergonomic. It looks like it would be super uncomfortable just by the style of grips it has, but it actually feels really good. Very similar to the 19X as far as the back strap and everything there. And then the front grip, very minimal, but it's definitely has a good grip. One of my favorite parts of this gun, right off the get-go, is those sights. That sight picture is amazing. Not flagging myself at the same time, but has the orange indicator up front, and then we have the green indicator at back. So it's like such a well thought out build, and a lot of the stuff you would think is like put on after I bought this, but this is a stock gun. Like, there's nothing done to it so far. Even the styling, this looks like a 1911 style checkered grip there, and then just like a 2011 real smooth style grip there, but that's all stock. Only bad thing about this, and it's the same thing with the Glocks, is you can't really, especially for the Assassin's Pistol, you can't really do any custom stippling or anything, just because of how the grip's kind of built into the gun and how it's multi-segmented. We also have an interesting diamond hole there, so that's kind of interesting. But it's a really awesome gun. One of the things they had to do for the US market specifically is add that, of course, the orange tip to the gun to have it comply with all the US regulations and everything. And so in order to do that, because of supply chain issues, all that fun stuff, they actually just 3D printed this, and you can see the little lines from the 3D printer and stuff. So I thought I got the UK version, and I believe the UK version is supposed to come with rails, but as you can see, I don't have any rails on there. I could be wrong and it's the other way around, but this one was the color I wanted, and it was in stock at the time I was going to buy it. I've had this pistol for almost a year now, which is crazy because I've only fielded it, I think, once. But part of the reason I only fielded it once is because this is a gas mag, and they don't have any CO2 mags at this point in time, except unless you go with the WE version or the WeTech version. I tend to like CO2 better just because it's not as goofy as gas is, but gas tends to be cheaper to shoot for the most part. So the reason I've only fielded it a few times is because it's been too cold to field it most of the time when I like to go fielding. So That's the only drawback to this, but you can also get aftermarket Glock mags for around 50 bucks. I got a 50 round, 50 round, a big extendo mag for a Glock A-10 and put it in this, and it's a fully CO2 mag. It shot amazing, shot like a pencil. It was just crazy. I was probably putting about, I want to say 400 FPS, which this I believe is tested at 310. So it's going to push the gun farther, but as you can see, if I pop this up correctly, gotta make sure the mag's out, because I do have a loaded mag. It's mostly all plastic parts, so that's a good and a bad thing. This slide is steel. This part right here that encases all these plastic parts, including the piston and all that fun stuff. So you get the benefits of having plastic, and you get the drawbacks of having plastic. The striker is obviously metal, but a good majority of those parts in there are plastic. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, because you have plastic parts that tend to not break as much, and then you have the higher strength parts, which are usually metal. This is not for use with CO2 technically, but as far as I've tested, it works really well. I wouldn't recommend doing that until you upgrade the inner parts, which I haven't done, all stock. But I would recommend, if you plan on fielding it regularly with CO2, definitely look into upgrading some of the parts. And then if you're using as primary, I would definitely recommend upgrading the barrel, just because it's going to give you that little bit of edge and a little bit more accuracy and power. But you're going to have to figure that out based on your guys' field and all that fun stuff, and joules and all that stuff. But we have a Generation 5 style Glock trigger that, let's turn it off, safety. Feels pretty crisp. It's a pretty standard Glock trigger. Really good reset, as most Glocks usually have. Probably good estimate would say 200 rounds going through. The trigger is really good. I have no complaints about it. Shoots when you want it to. Very firm pull. Very light pull through. Doesn't feel super mushy to me. Wouldn't say, I would probably say it's better than the Glock 19X, which is technically the Gen 5 trigger. Wouldn't say it's the best trigger. My Elite Force 1911 probably has the best trigger. Right below that is my STI 2011. It has a really reasonable trigger, but it doesn't have that much room, and neither does the 1911. So there's a lot more pull-through distance with a Glock and any gun styled like this. So you kind of have to weigh that for yourself. I personally love it. Really good handling gun for me. The point and shoot for me is one of the best. The 2011 has such awesome ergonomics, but for $100, this gun, you really can't beat it. And on top of that, it's made in Taiwan. So, I mean, you're supporting a semi-American Asian country, so you always got that going for you. So I really like it. We'll go ahead and shoot some rounds through it. I'm gonna do probably 5 rounds, just semi, and then we're gonna go A-10 and kind of see how the auto sounds. And like I said before, this is probably the only gun that I actually think I really would like to go HPA. Like, this is the first gun that I'm like, I might go HPA, but we'll see how it shoots. Oh. Thought I had gas in it. It don't work because it don't got any gas in it. And I'm not very good at loading gas apparently, so my mag is nice and leaky. Maybe I just didn't rack it. Man, I said 5, didn't I? Let's do 2 more. So snappy, like, it's just amazing. Gas retention and efficiency, one of the best guns ever. I can just say that right from the get-go, because we don't have the recoil action, we don't have that extra gas blowback that we have to have in the gun or whatever. So that's a really awesome thing about this gun. Drawback of that is sometimes we lose power because of that, but like I said, it's so efficient that you're not really losing that much. Let's take it up a notch though. We're gonna turn it to the A-10 Warthog mode right now. So it's just a little switch right there. Really easy adjustment, don't have to take the gun apart, and let's see how it shoots. So I have probably 15 rounds left in that bad boy, so let's see. And it's all gone. Wow. $100. $100. 100%. First gun. 100%. Definitely recommend this as your first gun. Gas is fun to work with. Probably if you use the gas that you buy in the can for $10, the green gas, that's probably the best option. It's going to be more expensive, but it's going to be more reliable. Big problem with gas, like I said before, can't really winter it. Cheaper alternative, propane. Just get an adapter, propane it, fill this up with silicone before every use, you're good to go. A little bit less reliable. Could be more power, could be less power, depending on kind of how the gun shoots and if it's made for green gas specifically or if it's made to do both. So you got to factor that in. Primary, if I thought I wanted to run primary, totally HPA setup would be amazing. $200 though on top of the $100, so that's $300. A lot of people can get a lot cheaper for HPA, but a good starter set would probably be about $200, just to get the mag, the tank, fill it up, all that fun stuff. But if you're primarying this, don't have the most money, but you're kind of in that middle market, I would probably say definitely rock CO2. Do research on what you think you should upgrade inside the gun to help it continue to shoot through CO2 better. Probably piston upgrade, and then probably barrel upgrade. I would say that's $50 probably to upgrade internals, and then another $50 for a CO2 mag. Works really good with VFC. This is definitely a VFC style mag. I have a WeTech mag, it doesn't fit at all. So just be cautious of that when you're thinking about that. But as far as the guns out there, the only other gun that I might recommend for a starting player, if you love the 1911 look, definitely go with Elite Force 1911. I've had mine for so the one that I have is probably 7 years old, and I've been using it 6 to 5 years, probably 6 years. Still shoots reliably. I just recently put performance parts on it just because of the parts, they were so old. I didn't want to rock a older set of parts and then it mess up on me. So This gun is awesome. Definitely recommend. Such a fun gun. Accuracy definitely needs a barrel upgrade. It does have a hop up, which for $100 gun, pretty good. It's just all around really good gun for just the price point. So you got your hop up right in there, and it's pretty adjustable. Definitely read the user manual to figure out what everything does, because sometimes it's kind of confusing, and sometimes the user manual is kind of like that too. So that really wraps up our video, but like I said, just a really awesome gun to get started with. So many upgrades you can make, so many upgrades you can print on your 3D printer if you have one. Like I said, I'm not getting anything from Action Army for this gun. I bought it myself. I supplied the ammo, supplied the propane, all that fun stuff. So it's a really awesome gun. That wraps up the video today. Just remember to like, share, and subscribe if you really like my video or have any ideas about what videos I can do next. We are rolling out a Chris Vector video. It's going to be awesome. Recently got it all together. It's been the most pain, but I bought it off of eBay, so it's a eBay airsoft gun, so that's kind of what you should expect with the eBay airsoft gun. Sometimes you can get lucky, sometimes you can't. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.